6 months ago, I decided to start game development and make my own video games from scratch. Here's how it went. Well, unlike many other developers who start their game dev journey with either Unity or Unreal, I started mine with a lightweight and visual scripting engine, Devlog, because I didn't really want to learn how to code at that time. So I started taking tutorials from YouTube and the Devlog documentation so I could make something. So right after taking these and having a little knowledge of how Devlog work, I started working on a little game idea where you blast fruit in a particular amount of time with a rocket ship, and after about 2 weeks of serious hard work on my little game idea, I was able to finish my first game with 7 levels, and I was really happy I was able to finish it. So I decided to start working on my second game, but also making it simple once again. And since I didn't have any idea of what I wanted to do, so I just went on YouTube to get some inspiration and probably just get some game mechanics idea and some other stuffs like that. And luckily for me, I stumbled upon a video of David Wehle, the creator of First Tree, and he talked about how indie games changed his life, and I was really inspired about this. I noticed he used Unity to make his game, so I decided to step up game dev. Then I downloaded Unity and started learning Unity by watching Brackeys video about how to make a game, and I watched all the video in this series, and I also watched an hour video from Infenzia to get familiar with the Unity layouts. And so after this, I was pretty confident and I decided to work on a little game idea, just a rollerball game with Unity. And after a little while, I was able to make this little game and I was really proud of it. And once again, I wasn't satisfied and decided to step up game development a little bit. Then I saw this game, Cluster Truck, where you just basically jump from trucks to trucks. And I just loved the idea of this game. Then I decided to try to make something like that, but making it in a more simpler way for myself so I could be able to finish it. So I transformed my rollerball game into something really cool and kind of cluster truck. So instead of first person, mine was a ball, and instead of buses, I used cubes, and it started to come alive. But after much pressure from a friend who told me that basically using cubes is not good and people won't want to play it, so I decided to change my cubes into balls and the ball into first person finally. But after working on that, then my friend once again told me that this is literally just a cluster truck clone, and people told me that I was gonna get flagged by people because I was just making another kind of cluster truck. So I took about 2 weeks to learn about art style and level design so I could come up with more game mechanics. And so I got an idea from this game from EA, Mirror's Edge, and I decided to restart my game and then try to add this game mechanics from Mirror's Edge and Cluster Truck to make a game. And yeah, so I decided to learn Blender too because this is a 3D project, so I started learning it, and so that I can modify things and maybe make models for my game. But since I needed a character for the game, and with my little knowledge of Blender, I couldn't make a human character or even animate it, so I decided to get the character from mixamo.com, and then I downloaded the animations along with it, then imported that into Unity, started working on the level design idea I had. Right after that, I animated my character in Unity and it started to look nice. So basically the rule of the game is to run on the buildings, jump, and perform some other stuff just like a Mirror's Edge, but you can't land on the road or any other ground layer the boss is moving on. And I also added a countdown timer to add a little bit of tension to the game. So after a few weeks of fixing little bugs and working really hard on the game, I finally finished my level 1. I was really happy about it, and that's where I am now. So that's my 6 months of being a game developer. It was pretty fun and chaotic, and the mistake I made was that I didn't take my time to learn Unity before jumping into a bigger project, and I found myself trying to solve bugs for days early into the project. But the advantage was that I learned how video games work. Yeah. So if you like this video and like what I'm doing, then you can subscribe to see more of my devlogs, and also like this video. I would also love to hear about how you feel about my progress. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you some other times.